Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, ducklings, and veterans alike, and welcome to Duck Bootcamp Class 204. My name is Luffy. I'm with Saracen. Saracen's running the flags tonight. Why don't you tell him what we're going to do tonight, buddy?
We got Duck Loot Camp tonight, it turns out. And yeah, shout out real quick. Pilfered this off the internet. This is Shay Larson on DeviantArt providing a Loot Goblin picture today.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And shout out to Hay for getting that in there, and the Duck 2023 Loot Camp as well on the title loading screen. You love to see it.
So this should be fun. We had a little bit of fun getting in on this, and I'm looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, I like these kind of flags. I know you do as well. We play a lot of this with archipelago kind of stuff with the Oops All Loose. It really fits in well to like things that we do kind of like, after hours and stuff. So you got a plan tonight and we're going to stick to it, and I like it. So why don't you, when we're ready, let's start looking at those flags and kind of get things going.
All right. Our goal is the usual goal. We do not have short Topher on. It's okay. We're gonna do our regular 4 orbs. We still have our Topher exit, difficulty and scaling. We got one specific call out here, and because it's Oops All Loose, we're gonna be opening a lot of boxes. That means we're doing some off-roading in these dungeons. So we pick the dungeon encounter rate down.
Yeah, 3 encounters per 256 is very, very generous, and should make traversing to some of these really out-of-the-way boxes a little less painful, even without some kind of teleport magic.
Absolutely, and I am a big fan of leaving the overworld encounter up a little bit, because that gives us a place. If we don't find a spike tile and we need levels, we can try the desert and that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Items.
Might as well just skip this one.
Now, there's 2 things that we need to call out here, and it's loose placement and later loose.
Right.
So later loose is really important in an all loose flag set because it kind of fixes the logic.
Yeah.
The way that the game throws the items in, it starts with the key items, and and it's like, where does it fit? It fits here. It works great. You can get to it. Well, that means you're going to have like 12 items in the first 20 chests.
Yeah.
And that just feels bad. So when you turn on later loose and you have the forward placement type, it tries to create logical chains. You find the ship. It opens up a place where you can get to with the ship.
Right.
You don't just have everything concentrated in Matoya's 3 chests.
Yeah, out of the first 6 boxes, you're not going to find 5 key items to kind of make you like having the ship, the canal, the canoe right off the get, and then it just kind of takes the exploration and guesswork out of some things.
All right. We only have early open progression on tonight. Nothing big there. Maps and routing. This is going to look pretty familiar to everybody.
Yeah, pretty similar here. Yeah,
we're not shuffling up anything. We're sticking with the basics.
Yeah, today's about opening boxes, not about the exploration and routing through places. We've done that the first few weeks. We're going to show off locations and stuff today.
Randomized treasures. That's not the shuffled one, right?
Randomized items normally found in vanilla chests may be available. Some items may not be found in chests that normally would be, and duplicates may exist. So, yes.
Yeah. So, we can have some fun with randomized treasure chests, because I believe that means we could find multiple Masas.
It does, yes.
Or 0 ribbons. Whatever.
Yeah. That always feels so bad, opening like 180 boxes and finding 0 ribbons. Like, come on.
So, key thing here is we have it on Vanilla Wealth, which means that it's going to be the same tiers of items as normal. So, it's not going to change the count of things very much. In terms of there's not going to be 100 Masas and no garbage weapons. You're going to have roughly the same amount of great uh, legendary caster gear, like that tier of gear, as normal. It's just it might be a different distribution within that.
Yes. Shops and magic. Shop shuffle is the same. Magic level is the same. Improve, cure, heals, lamp, amute, all the same. Power word the same. Life 2 in battle. This has all been pretty much the same, aside from that 1 week we threw in the legendary weapon shop or armor shop, which one it was. So nothing really to see here.
All right, enemies, formations, and bosses. I'm gonna say pretty much the same. We got shuffled trap tiles.
Yeah.
All of this is pretty standard.
Yeah.
Wait. Hey, were you just scrolling on that Warmech mode, or am I crazy?
It is vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because for a moment it said unleashed, and I was like, hey, excuse me?
He's just trying to throw in a little bit of wrinkle here at the end.
Yeah, I didn't remember putting it on unleashed.
I mean, we could do that.
No, I already have tomorrow's vetted. We're not changing that up. Open party.
Yeah. Full select. No big deal.
Hey, guess what? It's the first week with a malice.
Mm-hmm.
To compensate for that, I gave you an extra bonus.
Yeah, 3 and 1's pretty really good. Have black belt crit rate is off as well. Don't get fooled. This isn't exactly the best flags for black belts, but you can do it if you want. Ninja agility 80% usually. Lockpicking on 15. There's a party that you kind of default to here, and then we'll go over that at party select and the discussion there. But pretty standard across the board.
I would say there's a couple of parties, but like, the thief is going to probably be pretty prominent in there.
Yeah, it's
super bad.
Very unlikely that a thief is not in your party at all.
All right. Equipment and items, I think that's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Oof, hate, you're talking my language right there. I'd run that party right now.
Thief White, oh baby.
Oh yeah, this spells FCC special. It's actually really fun.
Yeah, Thief White is surprisingly strong when you get used to it, but you do have to know how to do it.
Right, exactly. But it is quite strong, and it's quite fast, actually, more so than you would think, especially with the the white mage harm all being a thing, and just the thief's general utility that you have. It's pretty really good.
Anyway, back to the flags. Nothing particularly special in equipment and items, which means that the rest of this is all basically the same.
Yeah, no changes in adjustments. Status, because you're a good guy. Nothing under experimental again. Faster ship, by quantity. All the good stuff you would normally expect to see.
Yeah, if you've been keeping track of the conversation in the Duck Bootcamp channel, there's been some talk about old versions of the randomizer and flags, and oh good, there was a time in our lives where buy 10 was the convenience option.
Yeah, and you had to like walk in and out of the shop to chug a few heal pots to get to the ending in a 9 to make sure you got up to 99 correctly and didn't end up at like 91. Like, simpler times.
Yep. The loot goblin reappears. So I haven't looked at any of the blurses in this yet. This is all new to me.
All right, let's go.
What have we got tonight? We have a fighter with legendary swords and
it was so good. It was so good till it wasn't.
So it's like 3 1/3 levels behind on hit percentage, which really hurts a lot.
Yeah,
but it's still really good. Like, you find a katana that uprolls. You don't even have to promote to use it. It's great.
Yeah, it's not the best, at all with that -10 hit, but it's not like -1 hit per level, which is the kiss of death.
Yes. Our thief resists time, death, and status, which is
a
really interesting combination right there.
Yeah, plus 10 strength too.
Strength is a whatever. Like, that's what, 1/3 of a saber.
Yeah.
-10 agi is not a big deal, but time, death, and status is super huge because status is like all your stuns.
Yeah.
Time doesn't come up often, but it's was it glare and zap.
Zap,
Right?
yeah.
And then death is death. Like you just don't need the pro ring right out, which is great.
Yeah. It's quite strong, actually. Oh, also quite
Wow.
strong. Really?
I wasn't gonna, but
But I
gee,
mean, the thought is now got to be on the table, right? That's a very strong black belt right there.
man, how do I get black belts like this in Oops All Loose?
It's fine. You're just gonna find the eye tile on Earth 1, and you're good to go.
All right, so
God,
this
these.
actually is huge. All right.
Yeah.
So when you have a malice on a red mage that says that they can't learn a spell, it meant that they could have learned the spell otherwise.
Right. Right.
Which
So.
means it's not level 8, it's not level 7.
Mhm.
Like this is a spell that they could have learned.
Yeah, that's pretty positive with where it's going to roll for the black mage. Then when you see that on a black mage or white mage, can get a little confusing. But the red mage is a good insight into like where that might be. Chances are that's in the first 4 levels, which is good.
Yep, and it's a way more powerful piece of information when it's a white magic spell,
Right.
and also slightly soul crushing.
Yes.
So this no fast red mage is actually not a problem. The bonuses on it are like fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Improved
It's okay.
catwalk can be nice, but it's not huge. I don't really
Yeah.
want the red mage swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that's
Ooh.
dead.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah. Nope. Sorry.
No. I love me a white mage these days, but no ribbon
Yeah.
is the kiss of death on that.
Yeah. Not tonight.
Huh.
Huh.
All right.
Interesting.
So this actually is super interesting.
Yeah.
So the black mage getting the wood set evade means that they can equip wood armor like the whole set,
Right.
and it could actually cause them to live.
Yeah.
The downside is you don't want to put a ribbon on them if you're trying to use the bonus because you can't.
Mm-hmm.
But black mages are like bottom tier priority to me when it comes to ribbons.
Right.
They can equip red mage armor on the side, which is fine until you get your wood mage or your wood set, and then resisting time and lightning. Resist time is kind of funny because that's also what the black shirt resists.
Right.
But oh well. The combination here is actually pretty strong. -5 luck really sucks though, because it's like one of the utilities that the black mage brings to the party.
Yeah, their luck is overlooked sometimes. They have the second best luck compared to the thief of any starting party member. So the thief will counteract that okay because we know you're going to take one, but that is a big bummer whenever they lose their luck. What's it gonna be? Yeah, I like it. I like it quite a bit, actually. Surprisingly, as we're talking, these aren't really black belt flags. I mean, that's a super strong black belt.
That black belt is obscene.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Put some pixels over that, please.
Yeah.
Need the sensor bar.
Yeah, that's quite strong. Even in Oops All Loose, you got to really consider them here. That is very strong.
Not
now
to me to put a sensor bar.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that I will say as well is if we find an early grind, that also helps because the black belt can be used as a morale break option.
Right.
It's not perfect, but it's nice if I get too lazy for encounterment. So
yes. Yeah. There's plenty that'll run from a black belt, even in like the high 20s, that will make it a little bit easier to traverse these dungeons. Even with the low encounter rate, it's very nice when enemies start running from you.
Yeah, and that hit bonus, man.
Yeah,
so good.
I mean, you're talking, 8 hits at like 25, 26, and 10 hits at like 33, 34. It's really, really good.
Yeah, that cut in levels is going to be helpful. But
Yeah.
with that, because I know that this is going to be a long one,
I'm not going to be
promising
short.
the full clear simulator, so let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
My hands are clearly cold. Unlearnable fate. That's very sad.
That's a bummer. With the white mage malice too, that's a bummer. Fire 2 Bane is okay. It's fine.
Yeah, Bane is sort of a whatever to me. I don't like using it, but
I like it in the early game to get through, like, the pirates or some other kind of like random crap that you can run into. It's fine. Not the best, but it's fine.
Needs to be called out. This actually tells us a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
1, we're going to get our canoe early.
Right.
2, bottom of marsh cave can include the locked area. We might also be getting our key very early.
Yep. Or perhaps we're going to have to get to level 15. We'll see. Whatever comes first.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Do we have anything for a thief? Oh, man.
This is a very good scimitar. Catclaw in shop as well for about 11k and change if you happen to come across a box that's full of money.
Looks like it's going to be at least a medium length off the... Yeah, not bad, but
not bad. Not bad. It's maybe like 4 seconds, give or take. Not even.
Yeah. I mean, there was some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
there you go.
About that early canoe.
Man, nothing like in the first box.
Now to see if Garland just bodies me. Nope.
It's always terrible when Garland has like thunder or something like really random early just to kind of, you need that turn order.
The king gives me 1 gold.
He's saying, hey, don't spend it all in one spot, kid.
Right?
Seed is verified.
Clearly, we are just the help.
No save items, notably, right there. That kind of stinks.
Yes, but the flip side of that is the cost of heals was very low.
8 gold right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's quite good. All right, I was wondering if you were going to do the Matoya check before Pirates or after Pirates. I mean, the canoe kind of makes you think about other things.
I am going to go left side, just routing wise, because that tends to make more sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Harm 4 and life. And
wow. White Mage with the no ribbon malice really stinks, but she would have been quite strong with offensive magic here because there's not much here in black. The fast is nice, the quad X is nice, but
yeah, so there's that fast that the red mage can't learn.
Mm-hmm. Early fire. No, go ahead.
I was just saying it's all good. This magic is fine.
It's fine.
Nice experience from Vicky. That's
pretty
actually
good.
Super helpful.
Yeah, that's very good. 57 gold cabins, not the best, but not the worst either.
This is where the shop item would be, by the way, because we have 2 pairs.
Yep. So if you see a shop that has like 2 heals, 2 softs, 2 pures, that's where it would be, to Saracen's point. And there's the first piece of wood armor, +5 too.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be picking those up for a couple of people here. I'm not going to bother getting for the black belt because, it's a black belt. It already has 7 absorb. I don't need to throw a wood armor on it for 14, 16, something like that.
Yeah. The Iron Shield there, +5 also, is not bad if you wanted to throw that on the Thief, but I mean, you don't need it.
So that hint right there.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So that puts 2 items at the bottom of Marsh. I'm now very concerned about Marsh locked.
Yeah. Because there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chests there that you can access without the key.
Yep.
Hmm.
And then an extra 3 once you have it.
Right, so there's 9 total. Chances are that one of those 2 items is gonna be in the lock boxes. Ale calling for Floater and Volcano, who needs the ship. He's probably not wrong.
All right, so we got a canal out there from the toilets. We also got another experience box, which, love it.
Yeah,
Love it,
so
love it.
close to level, what, 8 or 9, I think, right now? Maybe even level 10? Yeah, 8, yeah.
Level 8's a pretty good level for what we're doing here. I mean, this could have been any seed in which we checked 6 boxes of 3 NPCs, right?
Right, exactly.
Oh!
You love to see it. Oh!
Oh, that fighter.
Yeah,
that fighter with the legendary swords.
Yeah, that fighter. So like that's an early X cow that the fighter would have had access to, and 2 really good spell sweepers for the white mage. So you took the party I would have taken, but that is so curious.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hold off on Marsh for right now.
Yeah. Makes
and
sense.
I'm gonna make my way over to Volcano, I think.
Forget to turn in that herb as well.
Yeah.
Sell that X cow while you're at it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad.
It is. Yeah, at least it should give you all the shopping money you should need right now.
Yep. So, I guess I'll just get the lit 2 on the Black Mage because we don't know if there's good stuff here.
Yeah.
There is good stuff here.
Yeah.
Right.
Life 2 Red Learnable is really good.
Which meant it would have been Night Learnable.
Yeah. How very interesting.
The seed taunts you just beyond what you can see sometimes.
Yeah. The funny thing is, too, if I wasn't here in the booth with you commentating this, interesting.
Note that it said the cave, not the NPC.
Yeah.
Because it would say the Smith or Narek if it was the NPC.
Yeah. So I got half of mine right here to just find my levels and bypass that ship altogether. How about you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because by the time you get the levels for that, you're going to be able to pull that Oxyel if that was in the locked anyway and just have to bypass that ship altogether.
Well, there's our second piece of wood gear.
Yeah.
Now the question is how I want to actually approach that, and I think the answer is I'm going to continue right.
Yeah.
And not actually that was a hard reset. This first encounter is not far off.
Yeah, that was not very far at all, actually.
I forgot the herb. I'll get it on the way back.
It's fine. You're gonna have to come back that way one way or another. You got your walking boots on tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, Jesus. It's a volcano and ice play here for sure. We got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unique tiles to check there. I think off the top of my head, maybe 9. I'm not sure how many unique tiles are in volcano.
Oh baby,
there it is.
What do we miss here? Cure 4. Is that a learnable slot for the red mage?
No, it's 2, 3, and 4.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. So temper is 6, slot 4, which is black mage only.
Yeah. Yeah. So no temper, no fast. Well, we're gonna definitely need to get our levels if we want to get that floater before the ship. So that's at least good information. How many unique tiles are there in Volcano? 1, 2, 3. I think there is 4.
4 unique tiles in Volcano, 5 in Ice.
Yeah, so there is 9 total over here. So because you have the first tile on the volcano floor that's in the first chest, then you have the fire tile, which is linked to the Agma floor. The Agma tile is unique, and then the red dragon tile. Yeah, so there is 4. Okay.
A couple of fish ain't bad.
No, not at all. Interesting question from Ale in chat. So, what's faster, getting levels for the lockpicking, or Marsh to ship to Earth to key to dwarf for the floater? Debatable, really. I think that probably both, and I think the levels here, finding an actual static grind, will make things faster for the black belt overall. I think. Chain +5. Wow.
Yep. Now, I'm going to route this what I would consider the wrong way. And the reason I'm doing it is that, quite frankly, the correct way would be to go right, then left, and warp out. But I don't have any houses yet.
Right.
And so that doesn't make as much sense. So until I get a house, the warp trick seems a little bit out of place. Also, I'm not ready for anybody to die yet.
Did you hard reset going in here?
Yes.
Interesting, 2 pretty early encounters then, honestly. So there's going to be a really good run in here with only 3 encounters.
Yeah.
Probably right here.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
XP box, very useful right now. I love it.
Very strong. Okay. So
box of gold there.
Odron with the not checking hairpins as a gamble would have been a big no with that chime.
Well, I promised that it was going to be a full clear simulator, and I'm holding true to my word.
True. Yeah, this time it would not have paid off with a very essential item in one of those 4 chests. Oh my goodness.
5.
My goodness.
So this is a bad tile.
Yeah, especially ambush happy images with Scorch. Scorch is a nuisance more than anything else, but it can do bad things to a party that doesn't have levels. Did you open that box?
Did I? I didn't, did I?
I don't think you did.
Well, shoot.
So Katana +5, Excal +5. I can hear the fighters crying from here. Like I was saying earlier, till when we saw something that made me change my thought. If I wasn't in the booth with you right now, I would have had half a mind to stop watching you so I don't know where items are and then just run a different party, because I'm super curious how this would have worked out with a fighter and a white mage.
I think the fighter is the bigger impact than the white mage would have been.
Oh, you absolutely did not open that box.
All right. Well, that solves any questions I had about the grind.
Yeah, we're fine now. Nothing to worry about. And the fighter now is actually completely moot.
I mean, this is a dumb play that you do because you're a big dum-dum.
You're fine. You're level 12. You can do this with the way the scaling is. Carrie is scarier than people give her credit for, but this is fine. You got Nuke. You're fine.
I actually have a couple charges of Nuke now, too, so that's real nice.
So level 12, you probably got at least 5. Yeah.
This is not a long-term solution. This is just it was in front of me, and
I was just saying, like, as a grind in general, the mud goal is something that you could if you really wanted to, and there's nothing better. But to your point, moving on.
All right, pile of heal of potions consumed. There's a mage stick, also helpful.
That's some decent Fire 2 AoE. We got Fire 2 for days, so less scary Ice Dive after this incoming. And you're going to hit 15 just kind of like by attrition here, so this is fine.
Yeah, my ideal is actually to hold off on ice until after the floater.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it's gonna take forever. They ambushed it.
These images.
This is actually a little bit bad. Like, they're doing enough damage that they might take out a character, and I don't know.
Possible. It's possible.
Okay.
All right, you're okay. Yeah. Hilarious.
Oh, this is fine.
Again, those two chests that would normally be skipped, essential in these flags.
The chest on the right is linked. That's
yes.
So it's already empty.
Yeah.
No worries there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to take the mud goal tile at least once in this room, and then once, probably twice downstairs.
Probably. Did you house up before? Yeah, you house up, so you could warp if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
I like how it works out sometimes that like you always are on just enough damage tiles where you have the perfect amount of heals to get you back to even with your health. It always works out that way sometimes, which is super interesting to me.
Lame tiles. Wow.
Yeah. The answer is not here. That's for sure. Question in chat from Rama: does lockpicking make the thief a contender with the other character picks? In this flag set with the all loose, yes, especially. But the thief with their buffs are quite strong to begin with. They have the ability to do quite a lot of things with the extra agility to make them a really good tank in slot 1 to avoid a lot of melee. With the lock picking, also gives them the ability to open boxes that would be behind that mystic key that we know with the hint givers in this particular seed is on Earth 2. So they're very strong to begin with. The katana +5 gives them the incentive to, if you really want to promote, to give them to the thief. With the black belt, less so in these flags, but again, we'd have to find the tail and the Oops All Loose to promote anyway. But absolutely, definitely a very good contending party member for your selection. As indeed, they're pretty standard in most flags, but in these, even more so.
Wood armor, ho!
All right, let's see. Carry. We're gonna nuke, swing. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Oof.
near min roll on that nuke. No surprise.
Yeah, go figure.
It's okay. I kept 2 nuke charges on both of them for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah, definitely worth mentioning. NPCs. So main NPCs and fetch NPCs are part of the no incentive. Oh, geez.
Yikes.
They're part of the incentive locations. It's literally main NPCs as a checkbox and fetch NPCs as a checkbox. So because we're running loose, we have no locations, which means that they just get shuffled into the chest pool. And that's why we have all of the key items everywhere.
Right.
Jesus the Frog bringing up a very salient point here. So the thief is all right. The ninja is great.
Yeah, fair.
We're in an all loose situation. You are not guaranteed to find the tail unless you are checking everything.
Right. So really wouldn't be the worst idea in the world here to put this thief to bed at level 15. They have served their purpose to funnel as much XP to that black belt as possible with the Masa in hand. But again, this is Saracen's bag here to figure out what he wants to do. Oh, cute. Very cute.
That is adorable, in fact.
Yeah.
All right, so we have lockpicking. We can check these chests.
Also 2 unique tiles in the northwest closet as well that you can check here. So the thief lockpicking opens up quite a lot. Besides boxes, it also opens up Temple of Fiends with a unique spike tile. So there are 3 more here that you could check to find a static grind if you want them. And I'm mostly talking to the ducks here because Saracen knows that.
Yep.
What is with these royals? You get a penny from the king and the rod from the elf prince. Go figure.
Trying not to make this an After Dark stream.
What is Astos? Oh my god. Oh my god. That is huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get out, Astos.
That's really great because there are oh man, there's so many seeds with the oops all loose that turns into a absolute slog for that loot, because the loot having really only being needed to access the final dungeon can appear literally anywhere in the logic. It does not have to be early at all. So that's a great find early on for your sanity, if nothing else.
Absolutely. I mean, we need the rod, we need the Axio, we need the chime, we need the cube, and we need the loot. And that's, the key is optional-ish for us at this point.
Yeah, especially with the lock picking. Mages, yeah, whatever. I mean, you could do it if there's nothing else, but I mean, yeah, I'd be out of here as well.
Team Poison sound effects, go.
And with no game music for you, it is Scream Simulator 2000 here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it for the occasions where it matters.
So yeah, to point out what Jesus also said, so now we just need the cube. So that's true, because we know the Oxyel is in the bottom of Marsh somewhere. Really, the cube is all we need to finish this, if we so choose. And with the black belt with the plus 20 hit, yeah. Oh, sir.
Just for you, Fabian.
How dare you? And we all know that wasn't just for Fabian. That was for hate as well. Ale, not you too. No. I am all on Team Carbonate Bubbles, but the Hooray Dwarf, he's Hooray Dwarf is friend.
Oh god, the ogres are flashing me.
Oh, and Xfer. Wow, are we playing bingo?
You'll be happy to know that the poison noises have stopped.
And then the ogre did a really good favor there by punching down that thief. So
I was going to hold up items until something took it out.
Indeed.
Killing the thief is like the hardest part of any black belt grind.
Yeah, indeed.
Nothing
It is.
else is as painful.
Yep. Also going to point out with Saracen leaving that thief there in slot 1, even though the thief is dead and doing nothing for the party anymore, he is doing something, because I think we might have pointed it out once or twice over the last few weeks, but leaving them in slot 1, even with them being deceased, will be able to take advantage of their preemptive bonus. Meh.
Just worth checking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that chime we already knew about.
Yeah. Wow, okay, there's some cheap houses.
Do you have anything stupid in here? No. I mean, I knew it couldn't be the important spells.
Right. You gonna do that desert check here while you're at it? Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this the interesting way though.
Right.
So there's a way you can check the first encounter without walking all over the desert. We're just gonna slap this guy real quick because we've got the swords to do it.
Okay, less than 590 is not the worst I've seen ever for a Tyro, but you really were hoping they would go down in one swing.
So there are places that are part of the encounter tiles, and that's what I'm doing here. So you don't have to check in the desert because it's really a bigger thing than that.
Correct. No.
Worth noting, I can't land it there, but we'll show this too. So
Yeah.
I put together at one point a guide on the grind, and we're getting giants as the first encounter in it there.
That's a bummer.
There's 5 tiles worth checking, and this desert has a line like right here where it changes over. And you can get like sandwiches up there as a grind. And then our last location to check in the desert quadrants is right here.
Show me potato salad. Steak and wings twice. It's fine.
Just gonna check the second encounter because it's not that far off. Or is it?
It's farther than you would like. Didn't think it would be that far.
All right. Well, that's that. We're going to ice. We're going to see if we can get some levels on a black belt. I did not hard reset this time, so that's going to be kind of an interesting thing. Jesus calling for cube loose in Mirage. Ew.
Yeesh. So my internet hiccup there, but I was going to point out, along with the possibility for our last loose being here, there is 5 unique spike tiles to check.
Yep. Tile 1 is Blue D.
Okay, where are you? 126. 320. Sure, between 320 and 720. Yeah. You know what? That's plus 10% XP.
Sure is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't. You didn't have So
All right,
not.
Frosty or Frost Giant means that this is Jotunheim pack. Whatever.
Yeah, not the worst ever not being able to use exit out of here with the black belt because most things probably will run from you. But I mean, if you decide to sit here and get your level somewhere, should you find a tile, but yeah, a little bit of a bummer.
That wasn't a terrible encounter, but I didn't want to sit through it.
Yeah, it's whenever the Wiz mummies show up in a lot, anytime there's 3 or more of them, that's a really good tile.
There's a
Huh.
slab.
Okay.
The worst solo check in the entire game.
Right. Oh.
All right, ribbon, not a bad find. I don't mind having a ribbon for that red mage since it has life and life too.
Yeah, and if you really wanted the gold and the ribbon on the black belt here, would make for security in a grind.
Yep.
With the minus MDef on that black belt.
I forgot that the black belt even had a malice.
Yeah.
Hey, you get the adamant too. Nice.
Okay, so we got our dwarf starter pack over here. Yeah, Thavian. 3 fetch items.
Frosty. This is better than the blue D typically because it has like no hit points.
Yeah.
But nah, it's not what I'm going for.
Yeah. We still have Earth to check as well with 5 spike tiles in Earth. Nah, 4.
I'm actually gonna do Marsh before I go to Earth. And the rationale is I know I need to go there.
Yeah, he might as well at this point with the Oxyel definitely being there.
There's spike tiles in the locked rooms that I can check as well.
Okay, thank you, Hate. I was wondering. I wasn't sure if there was 2 specific on Earth 4 or if there was one of the linked. But yeah, you're right. There is 5. Thank you. It's one of those things that I want to commit to memory, but I always sometimes forget.
So we'll see if Top of Marsh ends up being relevant in any way.
I was wondering, yeah. I would have laughed so hard if that was the cube.
Right?
Yeah, because, just saying, we'll see if it's relevant or not, and the link chest showing that it would have been cute. Hey.
Titan's Trove, 4 more checks. There's our ship.
Bottom of Marsh also has some beef, apparently.
Right? Well aged.
Mm-hmm. All right. Wizard tile says
Nightmares. You can see they're pretty evasive as I only have 1 hit.
They're always so evasive.
And there's the Oxio. Okay, so the locked isn't required.
Maybe. Cube could still be there.
Yeah, I guess from the hints that we have, it wasn't required.
True.
I guess I should check this the correct way.
Yeah. How much HP do they have? Because with that mage stick.
Yeah, the mage stick is still sitting on that thief, but
170, 130. Okay.
So it's more than 90, but less than 130. That's actually real good.
It's reasonable for the black belt to do that if need be. If there's nothing else and you want to leave here with your levels, that's reasonable.
Yep. And wizards. I am not sold on that. This room has nothing. And then we get to our last room. Just gonna have our slimes again.
Slimes are also going to be with that second chest room. There is a spike tile to the left of the chest that's not at the bottom. The slimes are also there. So I'm pointing that out again for our friendly ducks.
Yeah, I forget that one.
Mm-hmm. You have a specific path that you walk like I do, but I was just going to point that out.
Yep.
It's possible. There is one more box here, and there is Temple of Fiends locked. There is Canaria locked to go, so plenty of chests here. So all your loose might be in the Inner Sea. We'll see.
That would be hilarious and tragic, because the whole point of me going on this this expedition is to try to show off as many chest locations as possible. Finish off early.
Yep. And with the two, how many do you know offhand if there are more chests in sea than Volcano? It's pretty close.
Ooh.
I was just thinking how like the two chest dense.
I think C has just a couple more.
Yeah, so the two densest fiend dungeons to go with only one more item means one of two things. There is either absolute certainty that we're getting every loose before we get there, or that cube is going to probably be in Mirage 2, which would be hilarious.
He's just giving us a hat. What a nice guy.
Ale saying that Volcano has more. I'd love to count that one day, and if I took a minute here, I probably could do that.
The easiest way is not to do counting, but to use the archipelago chest hint idea. And I want to say it's like 33 in C.
Hmm. He's a hermit. What does he have to give? Apparently not much.
I do have my rod, so that's great.
Yep.
I'll check here. No.
That's funny.
No.
Nah. No. It is actually much better that you're running. I would have totally not checked this floor already, looking and forgetting. So I'm glad you're doing this. I would have blown past this floor for sure. And it would have cost me.
All right. I mean, we are at the point. We know that the key is actually in Earth as well, which is really funny.
Yeah.
That's go mode. We just need to go get some levels.
Yeah. So this could still be a full clear to dig out that tail if Saracen really wanted to, but we have a ribbon, we have a black belt, we have a gold bracelet even. I mean, with the Masa, that you really could finish this technically without taking that black belt to the moon if you really wanted to. But I mean, you know, why wouldn't you?
So, yeah, I'm gonna take the black belt up a little bit. I'm gonna take the black belt to at least I want to say 37.
Yeah. I think you get 10 hits at 30. Yeah, maybe it is 37 with plus 20 hit. Yeah.
It should be 37.
It's I can't 36 or 37. I think it's 37. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there were 6 chests on that floor. Chest on the right here.
Mm-hmm. Earth TFC to the far right.
Yep.
Asher chest. Yeah, might as well.
Yep.
Boo.
Asher trunk always pays out. This damn it paid out 296 gold.
I'm gonna point out the hilarity of us saying this was gonna take a while, and at 38-ish minutes, we're still in go mode.
Yeah. That happens sometimes.
This is levels and go now in an Oops All Loose, which is always, you know, such a cuddly feeling.
Yeah. So many incentive items. Like, I'm not even going to turn in the stuff to the dwarves.
Yeah, that's wild. No need to translate the slab even. Yuck.
Is this the other one?
No, it's on the right.
Yeah. Oh, Blade.
Oh, wow.
That's actually good to know if this is a good tile. It's not a good tile. Okay.
Yeah. Womp womp.
Well, it's funny because my next place to check was going to be Toph locked anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I just walk into there, find an eye, and I don't know. It's going to be hard to keep the hit points down.
It is.
It's funny going through here, realizing like the amount of input delay that I am dealing with on the controller, because I'm always changing the direction of my movement well before the character gets to the tile they're moving to.
That's funny. I think mine is a little bit of the same way too, because I find myself going left or right just a couple frames before they actually do that with just muscle memory of using the controller. So, funny enough. Orb.
That is 2 down. Now, if the good spike tile ends up being in sky, that's gonna change the calculus of where I do my leveling as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or like how much I do my leveling rather. Like that's a take the black belt to the moon situation.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you had to exit and then go back in and do the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. Nah.
I mean, that's fine. That's, I would say, like, the fifth best tile you can come across. It's fine.
Well, it's only fine because the Wizzahags didn't show up.
Yeah, true. They can surprisingly, like, Gersharks, always really can roll a bajillion HP to begin with, but those Wizzahags can surprisingly roll a lot of HP.
So there's one more chest than you can see here on the screen, which puts the count at 8 here.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10 on this floor.
18. There's 50, I think, in this dungeon.
52.
52? Okay. I'm going to point out that Ale did throw a quick count in there in chat a few minutes ago with Volcano at 33 chests and C at 32. So basically...
so close. Well, here is not the grind.
Yeah. It's... Oh, man. This is so funny that an Oops All Loose flag set turned in from a, loot goblin opening every chest thing to now find your black belt levels. The irony is not lost on me.
Right? So on this floor, you check the right side for 5 chests, the left side for 4 chests, and the bottom for 1 chest.
Bottom chest is the vanilla Bane sword chest too for you you geeks out there like me.
221 on this side, and then 122.
122, yeah. Vanilla white shirt and black shirt in the bottom right there.
6 on the right, 4 on the top, 4 on the left.
4 on the left.
That brings us to our 52.
Mm-hmm. And then you sacrilege up and right over here. It's left and up.
I know that's the I'm just going to hold the direction. This is a good fight.
It is. Yeah. They didn't roll that much at all either. Interesting.
I'm wondering if I can do the Spell Zap special.
It's certainly, the river system encounters weren't that far off from your hard reset, so that's not a bad idea.
So the Spell Zap special is an overworld grind on the northern continent rivers.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is you can get the nachos, you can get Furgator Arcaribs.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a bunch of really good encounters that only show up in the northern rivers.
Mm-hmm. Nachos are not as delicious as the sandwiches in terms of language, but definitely full of XP. Take a look. Okay. So yeah, that'd be quite lucrative XP right there.
All right, so we're gonna see if we can get Kraken to punch out the mages. We're not gonna try super hard, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
not gonna endanger the run over it.
Are you gonna check the Sharknado floor too while you're at it?
Yeah.
Might as well.
If Sharknado has the answer, it's better than trying to do an overworld grind on the river.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah, you might as well take some trash fights too while you're at it. 5 hits on that Masa swing by that black belt too is quite interesting.
The hit growth on the black belt is higher than on the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
It should hit at the same breakpoints as the thief, I would think.
Mm-hmm. That feels right.
Yeah, Fabian, I feel bad about the carbonation problem, but unfortunately, we got places to be and levels to get. And I don't trust that there's enough there to handle that.
You had 2 warp charges if you really, really, really could have wanted to.
I could have.
You could have. Doesn't mean it was right, but you could have.
Yeah.
Is that a vanilla water tile, by the way? No.
This should have been the shark tile, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So I went to the wrong tile. I should have gone to this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Hate said that is a vanilla water. I thought so.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, the shark and Wizzahags are in the 5 chest room up here, or the 4 chest room. Hey, there we go. They always pay off.
Right?
Oh, funny enough, that's not that much more XP than the nachos, funny enough.
Yeah, but we're going to do this the dumb way. And by the dumb way, I mean...
Ooh, go for it. I love it.
So we're going to kill Kraken first. And we're going to light the orb. And the reason for that is I have warp, and I can just go back to that floor, and then I can take the eye grind, and then I can exit.
Yep. It's a beautiful thing. Remember those 2 charges of warp I was pointing out before? This is what happens when you don't carbonate bubbles. You can save your steps and be able to get out of the dungeon safely. I was wondering if you were going to give it just that slight added measure of safety.
Yep. It's going to be funny if this just kills Kraken with no problem. Oh.
Perfect. Less perfect. Really? Yeah. Oh my god. Dark and ink. That's on brand.
Right.
All right, that's better. There we go.
This is the dumbest setup that I've done in a long time. Well, it's especially dumb because I didn't take the armor off of the black mage. So he's still got all his evade. Oh, problem solved.
Oh, wow. That is a very deep damage poison.
Yep. What?
Are you serious right now?
Wow.
That was 460 damage on a black belt with 459 HP, by the way. Just going to point that out to chat that you want to talk 3 and 256s. I mean, come on. Wow. That is unbelievable.
All right, we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh, and you get up there.
Yeah.
Oh, that is...
Oh, my God.
After all the heal potions to set
I know. He had another, like, 400 HP then, too, after you did... You did 600, 500 and plus, so he had over 900 HP. That's gross. He
rolled the full 150%, man.
He sure did. That's gross. Wow. Yeah, one heal pot short. Go figure. That's too much. Well, at least this way, this is fine. This will be fine.
Yeah.
What a spoony bard. And at least this is a free tile also, by the way. We're going to point that out to chat.
Yep.
And this won't take very long at all.
Using the bottom of the room for the free steps so I can poison the black mage down. I've done this in a tournament race before.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Funny,
there we
I
go.
wasn't even counting on the eye actually hitting.
Right? and a decent punch at that. Hey, for science, just take that mass off next chance you get. I'm curious. The damage difference. So 5 for 460. Because you got to be doing 8 hits by now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So even the Masa with its, fantastic damage is dwarfed by the black belt's fist, even at these levels, which is, something I want to chat to see. Yeah, Masa is a crutch. In this specific instance, you're not wrong. And the payback on Kraken's going to be chef's kiss coming up.
I'm strongly considering exiting, reviving the party, housing, and then going back in for Kraken, just because I know how the lobsters like to pinch.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
So many black belt grinds that happened on the Sharknado floor end in sadness.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah.
It's dangerous.
It is. Now, I will say, I think, all things considered, that a Thief Fighter red-black party would have been faster.
Sure.
Simply because you put the Masa on the Thief, you put the Katana on the Fighter, and you just pump to the moon.
Mm-hmm. However, this is about education more so than speed in these flags. The X-Cal.
Revenge.
Yeah, this time it is revenge. Yeah, the X-Cal would have been beautiful for about 5 minutes till we found that Katana.
So I guess 36 is when you get the 10th hit, when you have plus 20% hit, but that doesn't make any sense to me because it's 4 hit per level, minus 5 levels from 42. So 41 should be the break point, but it's somehow not. I don't get it.
Maybe, throw that question in the Duck channel that suddenly turned into the questions about numbers, and we can figure that out. Maybe ADR can pump that into an algorithm real quick for us when he wakes up tomorrow.
Or, Ale knows things.
Ale does know things.
Knowing things. Or if Dead Pulse were here, Dead Pulse would be able to do the calculator math in his head,
right?
And just out it out.
Yeah. Are you going to take this to 12 hits just for the memes?
Hell yeah, I am.
You might as well. And, the MDEF also, the minus 10 MDEF right here. So you don't get that guaranteed, guaranteed air quote ribbon at 42. So taking it a couple levels higher is not the worst idea in the world. But the 12 hits is also quite fun.
So my recollection and again, I play this game by sense of smell primarily. My recollection is 47 is the guaranteed ribbon because of Brack and Xfer having higher
Sure.
accuracy, but with the minus 10 MDef, that would push it up to 50, which I think works out with that desire for the 12th hit.
Yeah. You should get 12 hits, I think, at 49.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out.
For science.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very fun Topher.
It's going to be very quick. Oh, 46.
Okay.
Even better. Okay.
Cool. Well, we're going to call that a day.
Yeah.
All right, fish monster. Oh, wait. There we go.
Since we didn't throw the Vorpal out the window in Sky, can you do, your buddy a solid and throw it at the feet of Chaos before you fight him? Because that's always fun.
Oh, throw the Vorpal? Yeah, sure.
Nice.
I took the bracelet off of the black belt. That was the last of my equipment in the armor.
And the ribbon back on the Red Mage in case you guys missed it. Protect your life caster at all costs.
Oh yeah, did you know about this?
Yeah. You can go. There's a couple of rooms you can do that in.
Yeah, it's just funny because the wall is on the upper part of that tile. But only that one in that room? It's very strange.
Yep.
All right, well, a 47 black belt is going to trivialize the rest of this, which is great because the rest of this is just Topher. So yeah, Usal Loose did not get to actually do all of the loose, which is very sad.
A little bit.
Kaboom.
Bye-bye.
2005.
A much different fight this time around.
And here I thought I was going to be doing nachos.
Yeah.
I was fully ready to punch that Ankylo. What's my heal potion count? Ayo!
It doesn't even matter.
It sure shouldn't matter.
No, not with 12 hits. It shouldn't matter at all.
So yeah, I had fully intended to show off every chest in the game, and I mean, at least I showed off all of Marsh.
Yeah, it showed off the entirety of the Inner Sea for the most part, aside from Corneria Locked. So there is that.
Yeah, so, and I didn't show top right Toph. There's two chests in the top right corner, just much like the top left corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. It'll be 24 hits incoming and a lot of pain.
It is true. We do have plenty of fast charges.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was a real weird placement seed.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
That's a big inferno.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. Okay. All right. Sure, Lich. I see you. I see you. 300 damage on an Inferno? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know his levels aren't the best, but I mean, still. Wow.
So the reduced dungeon encounter rate really helps here. Like in particular. Because, yeah, it applies to the entirety of Topher.
Yeah.
Now, worth remembering that Topher has an escalating encounter rate as you go down. So it's going to be 0.33 times whatever the base is for the floor. And every floor, like Lich on, increases.
Mm-hmm.
So just be aware of that. You will eventually you'll hit more than 3 encounters per floor. Nuclear, interesting.
Very cute. It's not going to matter, though.
20 hits.
3,195 damage. Let's go. That feeling when you spend more time healing than fighting.
Right? You're delicious, Worms, but I'm not here for you.
Right? One crit gets through. Come on.
Dude.
Wow.
Remember what I said about the escalating encounter rate? Yeah, there it is. Not quite enough with that 7 hits to take out Tia 2.
And she always seems to stand up just a little bit to that punch more so than you would think she would. But then the second one comes, it's not going to matter.
Nah. Not when it's well over her 150%.
And she sure can take a hit, though. I'll give her that. She can take a punch much more than you would think. Alright, fast, because reasons, single punch, 10 hits, 929, there's the fast. Chaos throwing out some ice too to, be funny. Second punch should be it. 21 hits, 2,700 damage. GG's, buddy.
Yeah. So I hope people aren't too disappointed by the abridged everything, but man, when it gives you the opportunity, yeah, it would have been sub-hour if not for the Kraken wipe.
Yeah, and easily would have been sub-hour. That was like a 4-minute Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, not every seed is this kind in the Oops All Loose format.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I'll say about this is one of the things we tried to focus on with the boot camp is not just what is a competitive race meta flag set, but what are the different modes of play.
Mm-hmm.
And this one in particular is to go after one of my preferred lately modes, which is to play multiplayer in Archipelago. Archipelago is a multi-game, multi-world service. And so what that means is that you and a bunch of your friends can get together, you can connect to the server, and it's going to scramble the items across all of the games.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to all be playing the same game as long as it's something that's supported by Archipelago, which is like up to almost 30 games now, I think.
It's a lot of games, yeah.
So if you're interested in that, check that out for sure. It's archipelago.gg. We have a dedicated section in the Discord for it.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own Discord that is very, very well attended. And I know that other folks will go off to other Discords to do their Archipelago games as well. There are a lot of games that connect to the service, and they're a lot of fun. And, again, because you can play with your friends and not all be playing the same game, it's super great.
Yeah. Definitely adds a little bit of variety, when you can find someone's loot and, someone's a Link to the Past, or you got somebody's, puts another Master Sword or Butter Swords over in someone's Morph Ball on Super Metroid. The games are it can get really fun and really interesting.
Last year in the summer, we had a tournament with a prize pool for Time Spinner plus Final Fantasy. So that was super great.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Now, the trick is that Final Fantasy Randomizer is very much built different when it comes to Archipelago, which is why Oops All Loose is kind of essential to that, because the way that it works is it takes everything that you put into the pool, which is defined by those little flags in the top for the Archipelago section. It takes everything in that pool, and it says, hey, server, here's what we got in here for you. Shuffle it all up. So most of the items are going to be listed as being part of the server, and they don't care about your incentive locations or incentivized items or any of that. So there's where the Oops All Loose comes into play here. But we have had Oops All Loose races in the past. I would just say they're not super common these days. It's not part of the race meta right now. We'll see if that happens at some of it. But it's also a great opportunity with FFR to explore odd flag sets, because we have lots of options that we don't use in typical race days that are really great in Archipelago, like Unleashed Warmac and Save When Game Over, and just all sort of like Weaponizer, Armorizer, whatever we call that, Armor Crafter,
yeah, Spellcrafter, Weaponizer, Armor Crafter. There's a lot of really, shout out to the devs, because they do some incredible work behind the scenes, making this game just really just grow leaps and bounds in the last several months alone, let alone what it was 2 years ago when I first joined. So it's incredible what they do. A lot of options out there, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of breakable things that just make it really interesting. So, play around with it as well.
Yeah, and I've been toying with the idea of putting together a little video on like how to set it up, because there's written instructions for every game and for the service itself, but that can be not the greatest experience for everybody. So, considering it. But yeah, as far as this seed, I think it was pretty straightforward once it decided that it was going to be straightforward.
Yep, sure.
I was definitely planning on like another half hour.
Yeah, usually these can be that way. The loot right there from Astos really kind of gave it away. This wasn't going to be that bad, because that loot hunt can be quite trying and taxing depending on how long it takes. So getting that from a key item NPC that you wouldn't normally get it from in this kind of flag set was adorable, and also relieving, I think, in quite a way.
Yeah. Now, forewarning, if you are planning to do the async, I did vet the seed already, and it's a little bit more full clear than this one was. So, just be aware.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say it's a good seed that I've got vetted for you. It was a lot of fun for me when I did it, and that will be posted by Live Reboot in the morning. I think I've covered pretty much everything else. Luffy, you got anything else?
No, I think we really went over everything we wanted to talk about. You showed off the chest locations that you could show off. We saw a bunch of Sea Shrine, one of the other flags that we were running like last week or something. So you guys know where the locations are. You know what to look for. Party selection is important with these. So mind your party. Your thief has extra value with the lock picking. Again, don't forget that. And just have some fun out there. This is a really great way to play. Oops All Loose can be quite a lot of fun. And it can lead to some really unique combinations of flags you could throw together when you mess with some other things. So use this as a template, enjoy it, and have some fun.
All right. Well, reminder to everybody, we have our next Platy Party match, which is our next Duckling reveal on Sunday. And, not spoiling the flags, because our Platypi get to find out about 10 minutes before the broadcast what is going on. But I will say that we're working our way up, right?
Yeah.
Everything continues to advance, and we're not trying to overload people with any given flag set, but rather, here's a mode of play, here's a thing to do.
I see what we did. I'm looking ahead. Very nice. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
And also, I'm going to preempt hate a little bit here. If you're interested in doing race crew type things, tracking, restreaming, commentary, well, commentary not so much. That's going to be me and Luffy, I think.
Yeah.
But if you want to do race crew things, this is actually an opportunity to do it. You get a nice in-depth and deep view into what's going on because you have to pay attention a little bit harder. Mm-hmm. And also, we love all of our people on race crew. So
we're a nice tight-knit little group out here.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So, Ducks. Hope that you enjoyed the show. Hope that you enjoy the tomorrow. And, have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.